What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Sports Geek. I'm your host, Errol. What can I say? What can I say? The Yankees are on a streak. Good, bad, maybe? Nah, listen. The way I see it, guys, first and foremost, thank you for joining. The way I see it is they're supposed to beat the Royals. The Royals are currently a bad team. Whoops, somebody's at the door. I didn't get that. Can't get it. Doing a show. Anyway, they're currently a bad team. Now, it's weird looking at the Royals because a couple years ago they were in the playoffs. They had a decent team. And you would think that ownership for that group would try and gather more talent around them to continue pursuing winning. I don't understand it. It's weird watching some organizations do what they do, but right now they're bad. And the Yankees are supposed to beat up teams like the Royals. Not making fun of the Royals fans, not doing any of that. Just saying the facts are the facts. They're supposed to beat teams like this. So when they score 15 runs or 7 runs, once again, I'm not a hater. I'm a diehard Yankee fan. I really am. It's hard for me to get excited. Am I happy that they win? Of course. I want them to win. It feels great to beat teams like that, but I'm still yet to believe until they prove to me they can, handle the Athletics, because they gave them problems in our home stadium, handle teams like the Braves, handle teams like the Guardians, Dodgers. Certain teams just, I think, have their number. You can see right now, Baltimore's starting to get hot. Baltimore is a pretty bad team at the start of the season. They just took two games from the Rays. So, which helped the Yankees out because the Yankees are winning. And now, game and a half behind the Rays. So teams go through streaks. They might be horrible now, just like the Royals might be horrible now, but they might catch fire. So you never know. You catch lightning in a bottle and you start to change your season. So I want to talk about a couple things. I might change the name of the show. Maybe I'll call it the after show. And I'll come on like when they have an off day, right? Like today. They're off today. It's easier to do the show. I don't have to really, prepare too much, right? I have a lot going on in my life, so it's tough to prepare. But I could talk about what's happened, right? Now that the calm is clear, everybody's got everything out, I could actually give you my thoughts. So let's talk about Garrett Cole. So far, I'm very impressed with Garrett Cole. Not many pitchers throughout history that have gone through Tommy John surgery or some sort of major surgery, especially Tommy John, comes back looking the way how he looks. I think he's a preparer. He's a student of the game, loves to learn, wealth of knowledge when it comes to pitching. As you see how we helped Luis Heel back in the day, help him to win Rookie of the Year a couple of years ago. So really talented top 10 pitcher in all baseball right now, right? I always said that we don't know what we're going to get back when Garrett Cole comes back. I said, if Garrett Cole is Garrett Cole, vintage Garrett Cole, great. If he's not, the Yankees are fucked. But from what I'm seeing, it's only 2 starts, but from what I'm seeing, he is very astute, efficient, throwing strikes, hitting, pitch to contact, attacking hitters. Very much like Cam Schlittler. So does it put pressure on your defense? Of course it does, but you got to have faith in your defense, right? But very efficient, just not afraid to put the ball over the plate, and he looks like he's got some life. Curveball looks wicked. Fastball looks nice. He touched 98 twice, I think, last night. Usually you don't see that. Pitchers, when they come back from Tommy John or some sort of major elbow surgery, they struggle with command. They struggle with velocity. Velocity is usually one of the last things to come back. So the fact that he's doing this now, knock on wood, I'm impressed. Will he have his bad games? 100%. Will he falter sometimes? Every pitcher does. It doesn't matter how good you are, how great you are, you're gonna have a bad game during the course of of 32 starts, or I think that's how many starts that they do a year on a 5-man rotation. So I'm super impressed. I'm glad that he's feeling better. I'm glad that he took his time to come back. I'm glad the Yankees didn't rush him. I thought he was going to be back in June, so the fact that he's back early, that's kind of cool. And I could see, like in last night's game against the Royals, the last game against the Royals, he was gassed, man. He was gassed, and he's got to build that tolerance up to go out there and persevere and push through, which he has it. He has the ability to do that. But I'm 100% agreement with Aaron Boone. Believe it or not, yeah, believe it or not, I just said that on the air. Take him out. You don't want this guy to overdo it. You just got him back. He's a vital part of the rotation. If you do plan to try to get to the playoffs or make it, you're going to need him. You're going to need him, Cam Schlittler, Max Fried. You're going to need those guys. You're going to need them. So I think it was wise to take him out at almost 80 pitches. I believe it was 79 pitches. And let the bullpen take over. You had a big enough lead. I don't see why. Even if you give up 3 runs, I don't see why not. Right? So that was a good call. What about Anthony Volpe? What about him? Forget about it. What about Volpe? Listen, I've always been I haven't been very nice to Anthony Volpe. And not because I hate Anthony Volpe. Not because I hate Austin Wells. Not because I hate any of these players. I don't know them like that. I'm sure they're stand-up guys. I'm sure they're good people, right? I said Anthony Volpe would have to earn his way back. And listen, he didn't earn his way back. He was playing horrible in the minors. Caballero got hurt. And he got called up. Before you attack, let me finish. I was a little against it at first, but I was like, you know what? If Cabby's hurt, what the hell? I was like, call up Oswaldo. But whatever. They called up Volpe. I saw something different with Volpe in the Mets series. We didn't do well against the Mets. We got our asses. We're supposed to beat up on teams like the Mets. Didn't do it then. We're in a horrible slide after Milwaukee than the Mets, right? So I saw something different. I saw this young kid, this 25-year-old, he's still young, take walks. And I said to myself, Self, if he walks more, because I see some plate discipline, I'm like, it's probably just luck. It was a 3-game series. Didn't really get a hit the first game. And I was like, if he gets on base by walking and bats .220, I'm happy with that. It's better than him just striking out, trying to put the ball on the fence and swing out of his shoes, right? So I saw something different. I'm watching. As time goes on, he starts to hit. I'm like, this is different. But he's not swinging with power. He's got a leveled swing. Almost like a slap hitter. He's not slapping at the ball. He's swinging through, but it's a level, controlled swing. I'm like, what's going on here? He wasn't tearing it up in the minors. He had a horrible batting average in the minors. Right? Comes up, different approach. I'm wondering if this kid said to himself, fuck the Yankees. I'm not a power hitter. This is my final chance to prove that I can play the game. The talent and the skill levels there. We've seen it year 1 when he won the job against Peraza. We've seen it on hot streaks where the guy can hit anything for 2 weeks straight. He's dangerous. And then it just tails off. I'm not sure what happens. So it was hard for me to get excited, but I saw something different. Roll ahead to this series, and he's coming through. He's actually coming through. On the game-winning hit on Monday night's game against the Royals, in the 9th, where he got the line drive. That was a disciplined approach swing. He wasn't trying to swing for the fences. He didn't believe in the Yankee philosophy. Home run or nothing. Yay. Oh, fly out. It wasn't about that. It was about, I'm going to put the ball in play and get a hit. And that's all they needed to do. And he did it. I'm like, interesting. Game 2 of the Royals. Watching them again. This time, same level swing, but he hits a home run. Now, I was mad. I was upset that he hit the home run. Let me explain. Don't be upset before you attack. I'm like, bro, I don't want this guy hitting home runs. He's got to stop the bullshit, right? That was my first thought. I go, you're doing well. You're getting disciplined swings. You're taking your bases. You're getting on base. That's what you need to do. Went back and watched some highlight reels of that same game. And to my surprise, it was a similar swing to the night before. Balanced, leveled. I'm going to put the ball in play. The only difference was there was a little bit more launch angle on it, and it carried out for the home run. But it was a similar, almost the same swing. Wasn't trying to hit a home run. And that's what I want Anthony Volpe, not that he's listening to me, but to say to yourself, bro, you're going to run into your home runs. A pitcher's going to make a mistake, and you're going to park it over the fence. But don't try and hit a home run because that's what the Yankees tell you to do, or your coaches, or whatever's going on to where you suddenly forgot who you were or who the Yankees claimed you to be to us with the hype train. Continue doing what you're doing. So overall, I'm going to give this man his flowers. Right? I'm going to give him his flowers. He deserves it. Professional sports is a performance-oriented career. You perform, you're rewarded, whether it's dollars, whether it's fame, whatever you want to call it. You perform, you're well liked. He's been performing. Whatever you're doing, bro, don't change. This is who you are. Maybe he's got a fire lit under his ass because Caballero might be taking his job. And he should be playing with that. When you worked your whole career to get to where you are, I think Derek Jeter said this one. There's always someone in the wings waiting to take your job. There's always somebody waiting to take your job. It's funny, right? Let's check this out. I think Tony Fernandez got hurt. They called Derek Jeter. Caballero gets hurt. They call it Volpe. Different people. I'm not saying Volpe's Jeter. I'm just saying it's weird how people get their opportunities. And now Volpe and now Caballero is like playing third because obviously, Anthony Volpe can't play third. But we need both of them in the lineup. So Ryan McMahon's kind of the odd man out. Right? Boone's like, I need Cabby to play third. Volpe, you're going to play short. Crazy. But I'm really happy for him. I'm proud of him. I'm not his dad, but I'm proud for him. I'm glad that it's a short sample size still. I'm hoping he doesn't change. But if Volpe can, hit 270, 250, and get on base, bro, what are we talking about here? That's all we're asking for. That's all we're asking. I like him to be like a 270, 280. I think he's got the talent to be a 290 hitter. I really do. I swear to God, I do. Ben Rice has surprised me. I didn't think he was going to be a 290, 300 hitter. It looks like he has the ability to be a 300 hitter and hit home runs almost like Aaron Judge. Not like hit 50 or 60 or more home runs like Aaron Judge, but at least 30 to 40 home runs a year and be a 280, 290 hitter. That surprised me. I thought Ben Rice would be like a 250 hitter and hit about 30 to 40 home runs a year. That's what I expected from him. But the guy can hit. He's doing well too. I saw that now, maybe his hand is feeling a little bit better. He struggled there for a while, but the past couple of games, he's been really attacking the ball with force and power. So that's a good sign that Ben Rice is starting to come back around because we're going to need him to be with Aaron Judge. That's the 1-2 punch. Right now, we don't have anybody else. So kudos to Anthony Volpe. Glad you're doing what you're doing. I'm hoping it continues. We need people to perform in the lineup. As for Wells, listen, if Trent Grisham wasn't hitting 200, Wells wouldn't be hearing it. So there's always someone on the team each year that's going to be the donkey. Right now, it's Wells. I think before it was McMahon, then Grisham, now it's Wells. So I'm not sure what's going on with that guy. I'm not sure if the Yankees can pull off a trade. I don't know what kind of prospect capital they have. They've traded a lot of good prospects away. I'm sure teams are going to want some of our top prospects, which they don't want to leverage their future. I don't see how. They need Carlos Sograni. They need Elmer Cruz. They need, a couple other important players down there in their system because they don't have anyone. Dax Kilby's just getting back from an injury. So, George Lombard got his first home run, I think, last night. So, in AAA. They need these people for their future because very soon the Yankees won't have any major contracts on the docket. So they got to build from within, right? Anyway, didn't want to stay on too long. Just want to give my 2 cents about the team. They seem to be doing well, but they're supposed to beat up teams like the Royals. I need to really see how they play against good teams, right? You saw how Garrett Cole held down the Rays to 0 runs, and we blew the game. You got to win games like that. You got to win games. Those are tough games to lose, especially come playoff time when you need every single win that you can get to maintain control of your division, right? So, remember to like, subscribe, share, comment. Please share. Watch and share. Help me grow. But yeah, that's it. That's all I got for you tonight. I'm liking what I see, but I need to see how they do against better teams. That's all. And then I can make a real assessment. We're over a third of the way there. I think end of June, they'll be halfway there, over halfway there, right? So it's going to be interesting to see what they do at the trade deadline. I don't know. I really don't know if they have the prospect capital, or could they trade from depth, which is pitching. Maybe, I think Luis Gil's injured, so they can't trade him. They get Clark Schmidt back towards the end, so that's more bullpen help, right? That's a long man bullpen help. Maybe they could trade maybe Blackburn or Yarbo. I don't really know. So we'll see what happens. Guys, remember to like, share, subscribe, comment. Let me know how I'm doing. Let me know if you think I'm crazy. Really appreciate you guys. Thank you for showing up again, as usual, and watching the videos. But yeah, man, go Volpe. Go Garrett Cole. Yankees on a streak. Record is 34-32. Oakland's tomorrow. It's going to be Carlos Rodon versus Luis Severino. That's should be a good matchup. But guys, thanks again. I'm Errol. Peace out. I'll see you soon. Go Yanks.